we're going to discuss Stephen Moffat being honoured with an OBE. Now, it would appear that yesterday, news broke out that Stephen Moffat is to receive a prestigious OBE for his services to drama. Now, reacting to the news, Moffat said, "I never thought I would get something like this. I'm astonished and more thrilled than ever. I thought someone like me would be. I'm not the least bit cynical or the least bit trying to be cool about it. I'm just really, really happy." Now, as for me, I thought this took me by surprise because yes, fair enough. Moffat has brought us great things as Sherlock Holmes, and of course, Doctor Who in itself.
And Coupling. He's done Jekyll, Coupling. He's done quite a few different things. Tintin, he wrote the script for the movie script. He's done a lot of. He has a great career, Stephen Moffat.
Okay, yeah. So he's got a huge itinerary of television and film work, and I suppose in a way, when you look at it that way, he deserves the OBE, which is good. But I still refuse to call him Sir Stephen Moffat. But that's
okay.
Good news.
In case the viewers are wondering, this is the Real Whovians Cast, episode 615. I'm with Philip Archer, and he just said this amazing news that. So I guess is he being knighted or no?
No, it's just
that's something different.
It's just a title. He's just given a letter after his name. So, so in a sense, he's not. You don't even have to call him Sir Stephen Moffat. It's just Stephen Moffat OBE. It's just a few letters after his name.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
It is. It's cool. And as I'm aware, I think also Benedict Cumberbatch has also received the same honour. So he will be Benedict Cumberbatch OBE as well. There's a few others, but their names escape me at present. But I'm sure next time round when we do this, I can reiterate who those people are. But
I can say congratulations to Stephen Moffat.
Yeah, of course.
It's a great privilege that with all your hard work and dedication throughout the years that it's recognized. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, good. I agree.
All right, I'm gonna show now. I'm gonna try to show some pictures because haven't been on lately, and there's been a lot of stuff that's been going on. There's been a lot of pictures going on for filming of Series 9.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna show some stuff now, and then I'm gonna show some stuff later. So let's just get here. Oops. Hold on. You like that new coat though too?
Yeah, I love it. It's just it hangs well on him, and it's beautiful color. I like it.
All right, so let me know if you see this.
Yes, I do. Yep.
Okay. All right. So here we go. He's in his. And that's suede, man. I love suede blazers. I'm gonna be buying that puppy. Yeah, man. I love that coat.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
My God.
It's beautiful.
It's brilliant.
I also love the fact that his hair is growing out now, and he's slowly morphing into a John Pertwee-esque type Doctor.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, wow.
Look at this. Look at this. It's beautiful.
Let's see if we can get the picture. Sweet.
Ah, Rixie, indeed.
Can you see that?
Yep, Clara. Beautiful.
Wow.
Look at that. Look at that.
She's still gorgeous. She's been doing it for a couple of years. She's gorgeous. Wow. That's Rigby, right?
Rigsy, yeah.
Rigsy.
Yeah. And it's an interesting thing because it makes me wonder, how do they bump into him again since the events of Flatline? Where is he? Does he work at the school now? That's what I want. It'd be interesting to know. Is he the school caretaker taking over from the Doctor? He could be.
Could be. Look at that coat. That is suede, dude.
Yeah, it's suede. Is it like a?
It is suede.
Is it suede or velvet? Velvet.
I think it's. I don't know. I gotta say.
I gotta say velvet myself. It's the way it crushes a bit. Jenna there, looking elfin as usual.
That's amazing. I love that coat. Oh my God! But is there more than one coat? Oh wait, you notice the button is red.
Yeah, on his previous coat, the same red button is prominent as well, and I don't understand why. I was wondering why that was, because yet again, as you spotted it, I didn't spot it until now, so thank you for that. That red button is yet again prominent.
That's interesting.
It is.
I wonder why.
I just think it's just a color coded thing to do with the inside red lining. I reckon.
Right.
I don't know.
Fantastic, though, man. I'm so excited now. There's this rumor going around that Doctor Who's starting in September.
Yes.
Why September? Why wouldn't it be August? That's weird.
Well, it kind of fits in with the fact that it kind of fits in with the fact that in the next couple of weeks, I think it's July, or I don't know whether it's June the 17th or July the 17th, that Peter Capaldi and Jenna Coleman are going off to Germany to promote Doctor Who.
Okay, so they don't want to take away from airing it too soon, so they want to delay it. If they air it in September, then they could probably bang everything out before Christmas, like November will be, and then they do their Children in Need, if they do a special or not, and then they'll probably film the Christmas special once. I guess they get a little break and then they film the Christmas special, or do they go right into filming the Christmas special?
I've been told they filmed the Christmas special in September as well.
Or is that what they're going to film? Okay.
That's when they started filming the Christmas special in September, somewhere along the line. So
and then so October, November, December, January they'll have a break.
Yeah,
I guess.
I think that would be a good move, considering how they've just started filming again straight off the back of last Christmas. So
and we know he's in Series 10. He's signed. I have a feeling she's in Series 10 as well.
Oh, do you think that?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I think so,
okay.
man. I think so. I think
Yeah, but
full
I
Series 10, bro. That's what I think. Full Series 10. I don't have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem, but I think it's an over, because I like the Doctor to have a period of life where he has a multitude of companions along his lifetime.
I don't want him to finish off without having another companion other than Clara. I want him to have his own original companions. But as long as Clara doesn't become his mother, his dog, his father, his regenerating on Gallifrey or whatever, and just as long as she's not too much into his history with that craziness, and she's just a cool companion, I'm okay with her being Series 10. But if they start doing crazy stuff like, she's Romana or something. I mean, that the Clara that introduced the TARDIS was a Time Lord and she could regenerate, and she's been Romana, and she's been. Then I'll be like, well, give me a break. Now that's gonna be crazy. So,
well, mate, unless Rigsy is, well, I'm not saying it's the case, but could Rigsy be an overlap, a companion to join the Doctor, or not? Do you think he's a one-off thing here?
He's like a Clara companion, basically. I mean, if she was the Doctor, that was her companion. I don't know. I mean, I guess he's a companion. I guess. Well, I mean, I don't know if he's a companion. Maybe he's just a unit. They appear again. It's like,
yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he's going to be a companion. I'm just trying to figure out who. I would think that Peter Capaldi would have 2 new female companions rather than 1.
Yeah.
I would write it that way. 2 completely different. One like a fighter, the other one like I would definitely do something like that, where each of them brings something to the table to help out the Doctor in their own unique way. And that the 2 companions are, again, don't like each other. You could have met them at different points in time, and then they both come together at the same time as a companion, and then they just fight all the time, but they each are of value to him. I would definitely throw a wrench into the thing and give 2 companions at the same time, brand new, and that they're totally different from each other.
Do you think they would ever dabble with the idea of having an alien companion again?
I would. Well, see, that's the thing. Vastra's not even an alien. She's an Earthling. I mean, that's so. I mean, I would always felt that Vastra would make a great companion to the 11th. Because it seemed to me that she's been in a TARDIS a few times.
Yeah.
As far as an alien goes, are we talking alien as Earthling that's an alien
Well,
but
this is
not
the
on
yeah, well,
Earth,
this
or
is,
just like an alien?
that's what I mean. This is the problem, though, because you there's only so much you can do to an actor or actress to make them into a convincing alien. And point in case, Vatra Silurian. I mean, she looks, although she's an alien, well, not alien-ish,
She's
but
not an alien, but she's
no,
she
she still has human.
she
Human
looks like an
undertones.
alien, but she's been they've been. I mean, they've been on Earth since the
Yeah,
dawn of time, so they're
exactly.
technically Earthlings. You know,
Yeah,
they're not humans, but they're
they're human born.
I mean, Captain Jack was an alien technically. I mean, even though he looked human, he was, you know, time agent, and
Yeah,
he's gonna be a head in a jar. So I mean, you know, he's an alien. I don't know. I mean, what would the alien have to be? I mean, would it have to be?
I know that's
I
that's a
don't
good
know.
question. It's hard to place. How would an alien?
It's never been done, really, right? I mean,
Well, no, it's never been done. I mean, we
doesn't
were
mean it
happy
doesn't
with.
have to be. It could be done. I mean, we're thinking though along the lines of not human looking, like
Yeah,
just
you're right.
alien. I mean, but then that would be difficult because they don't have the money for prosthetics.
That's right.
Because they won't even do. I mean, well, they gave Moffat the green light to do the Paternoster series, but he's like, "Oh man, I'll never get a break. Hell no." I mean, I heard that they wrote him a check and they handed it to him, and he's like, "No." So I mean, like, they're not against doing the series with prosthetics.
It just takes too much time and money.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the whole problem.
You know, I'm sure it would be fantastic, but I just can't picture it. I don't know why. I mean, I'm usually can envision stuff, but I can't picture an alien on the TARDIS right now. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, this is like I mean, maybe like a bounty hunter type. Could be a guy, like a bounty hunter like type guy that's like it could be like a Jadoon or like some type of it could be something like the Jadoon, but like somewhat like I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, Centauran would be an alien, but
yeah, but I know it's difficult. I know it's difficult. It's just something to move us away from humanized.
I mean, yeah, I'm all for it. I mean, I like fresh and new and different. You know, that would be exciting. I mean, we'll see. Maybe.
There was also that news that Michelle Gomez said that she was shocked by what Missy has in store for Series 9. So I'm thinking, what do they say here? Because she says in a quote, she has no boundaries this time around. So
well, I did hear when they were filming that she's screaming at a guy like, "Before I kill you, take a selfie to send to your wife and kids." I heard that, and that line was hysterical. It's like she's screaming it out, "Before I kill you, take a selfie for your wife and kids." It's like, and Clara's like, "No, you can't do that."
So,
I feel like it's like she's in this area. She looks like she has guards, like The Godfather. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, you know, it's like weird. So, it'll be fun to see, I'm sure.
Yeah. As much as I vilify the fact that the master's been genderized, I'm interested to see what they got next for Michelle Gomez. Is Michelle Gomez's master?
I am one to say that I want Ood to return, but I want him to be evil.
Ooh.
Because when they were in the Impossible Planet in the Satan Pit,
yeah,
and when like the devil was channeling his voice to them, it gives me the chills. It's like, you know, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. You know, like when they're bad, they're really good, dude. You can't. And one thing I don't like is they're turning all the races into good guys. You got a good Dalek, you got a good Cyberman, you got a good Sontaran, you got a good Ice. The whole race of Ice Warriors are supposed to be good. Well, then where's the bad guys then? Like, you need to keep them bad. Like, you can't. make them all like nicey.
No, because even when obviously people that don't know out there, at the end of Into the Dalek, when Rusty goes, um, he was meant to self-destruct himself on board the Dalek spaceship and destroy all those other Daleks. But that was cut. But that was cut out, obviously, after the original.
Makes you wonder that they're going to bring him back and the Brigadier Cyberman back and do some weird thing.
Yeah,
or
but
something.
there's a problem I have with that. I don't, like you just said, I don't want to see good Daleks and good Cybermen and good Yetis. I want all the baddies to take precedence and things.
And I don't like the Centaurans to be stupid either.
Oh, I know.
It's like that. They make them dumb, and I'm like, all right, it was fun the first couple of seasons with the humor, but now they're like a joke now. They're not even a threat, and they're like, it's like Doctor laughs at them, and it's like, all right, you know.
Yeah.
We need to make them more serious.
That's what they need. They need to bring back the villains bring back villains that make them more.
I would do the Centaurans, but I would make a new type of batch where they're different looking.
Yeah.
Like I would stir stuff up. I would have these freaking big, huge, 7-foot things, and they look. And you're like, and then when you take the helmet off, it looks like somewhat of a Centauran, but different. Then you get a little scared. You're like, oh crap, it's on now. Like, what is this? The thing's like 7 foot, towering over the Doctor, and they're nasty. It's like something out of the cross between the Klingons and the Predator. It's like on crack. I mean, it's like, you know, it's like weird. I mean, I was like, oh man, those villains are cool. You know, it's like.
Okay, I don't know if it's already been reported, but in other news outside of, well, in the Doctor Who realm, but going into audio, just recently in the last couple of days, the Big Finish has released the return of Sutekh in a box set of Billy Summerfield called The Triumph of Sutekh. Now, I had the opportunity to listen to half of this because it's a long, drawn-out process story, and so far I am sold. It's
really
great. It's great to hear Gabriel Wolf replay his role as Sutekh. It's lovely. It's tense. The Doctor is in mortal peril in this one.
See, I have a weird theory with that because being that the Jaggeroth that was splintered in time, right?
Yeah.
He said he built the pyramids, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, wasn't he one of the ones that just imprisoned Sutekh, like the Jaggeroth, because maybe he saw him as a threat? Like, why couldn't they have like a crossover with that? I mean, technically, the actor that played Count Scorleone, a division of the Jaggeroth, is still alive. He was also in the Indiana Jones and Last Crusade, and he was in Star Wars, right? Yeah, so like I would bring him back and then have like a younger actor play a different version of him in the future because he was splintered how many times? Like a dozen times or whatever.
Dozens of times.
So there could be another version that is in our time period, and it would be interesting because they could play it. A lot of people don't know this, but the City of Death storyline was basically where they got the idea with the name of the Doctor. And with Clara being splintered, because that happened with the Jaggeroth.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, and also it was the first notion of a crack in time that the Doctor was time sensitive to, as well as Romana. You know, so they brought up a lot of stuff in that episode was brought back in the new series, the crack in time. I mean, and technically, you know, when Moffat did, you know, that crack in the wall, it was actually done in Doomsday before, with Russell T Davies, before it was done with Moffat, because the Doctor was worried about the walls between realities breaking down. He says it's like a crack.
Yes.
And he used a sonic screwdriver to show a crack on the window, and then he touched it and it shattered. So, I mean, again, like, stuff is recycled in Doctor Who. But you know, City of Death is a monumental episode that people should check out.
They should, indeed.
And they should bring back the Jaggeroth. Absolutely. And like I keep saying, it's horrible to think about it, but we're all Adric. Because Adric's DNA was splintered all over the earth, and the Jaggeroth ship ignited. Clara's Adric. We're all Adric. Okay, we're all Adric.
But to this day, I still wish. Why can't the Doctor just go back and pluck him off the freighter before it crashes? It will still make no difference.
Because then there will be no human beings.
They still would be though, because of the antimatter mixing with the what's on the Earth then, back then, all the you know,
Right.
the what do you call it? The fluid that makes mankind, the
Right.
spark of life, so to speak.
Was without Adric, you think?
Without, of course, without you don't
Yeah.
need Adric to populate the Earth. No.
See, another thing is, right? If the Doctor was taken at a time, then technically there would be no human race, right? Because it was because of the Doctor's meddling that the Doctor wouldn't be around, then the Jaggeroth would be successful.
Yes.
Or Sutek would be successful, or whoever. So the paradox are endless. That that wouldn't make sense with the Big Bang, that there would be humans on the Earth, because as a side thing, the Doctor created humans by accident, I guess, with the different things that happening. So by stopping the Jaggeroth and allowing that ship to explode, it ignited the human race. So I mean,
there you go.
There you go.
Well, so there you go. We've got two different versions of how the human race was created: the Jaggeroth or Adric crashing into the planet on the freighter.
Yeah, and then the moon thing is just kind of John Pertwee explains about the moon and about a planet crashing into the Earth and becoming the moon or whatever, or something. And what was it? Oh my God, what was the episode that they said that in?
Yeah,
it was the episode that we were supposed to do and we never got to do for a review. Ay, caramba. I can't think of it. But anyway, yeah, that basically the egg, really? I mean, did you have to do the egg?
No, that ruined it. I will be honest and say, when the trailer was shown of that episode, I was one of those people that thought, "Oh, the 8 legs are back," blah blah blah, in a kind of funny kind of way. And when it turned out to be just a spider bacteria, I thought, okay, fair enough, I can live with that. But I cannot live with the egg being a moon and a dragon is flying out, or some sort of floating creature comes out of it and then recreate the moon again as another egg.
That was just stupid. I mean, I thought that the Draconians were back when the Rings of Akatin. I'm like, that's Draconian. It's like, no, it's not. It's like,
oh yes, that creature in the glass.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's like, I was like, oh man,
yeah,
that's crazy. Bring back the Great Intelligence. Do him right, because that was the weakest lead up to a finale villain, I think, in the history of leading up to finale villains. I mean, they just didn't use him right at all. And when he was here, it's like, oh, Great Intelligence, let's see the cliffhanger. It was like cool stuff happened in it, but like everybody remembers the cool stuff. You remember a song, you remember Clara going into the time stream. But then when you think about it, who's the villain? The Great Intelligence. It's like, oh, yeah, that's yeah. Sorry, it's like,
And it's kind of weird that in one episode, I don't know which one it was, where the Matt Smith Doctor shows the Great Intelligence the map of the London Underground, giving the Great Intelligence the idea to invade the London Underground back in the '60s, when he was the second Doctor. Cool. And it's like, okay, it was cool, but it was like a conundrum kind of thing. Like, so you're showing the Great Intelligence what to do.
So that you can
you were Doctor number 2.
Right.
Yeah.
I still don't know why the 12th Doctor doesn't know who Madame de Pompadour is. Because I'm like, you were in love with her because you left the TARDIS behind and Rose behind and Mickey behind. So how could you not know Madame de Pompadour? I'm just going to take the excuse that he was still within certain amount of hours in his regeneration cycle, and that when everything fit together, he would remember then afterwards. Yeah, because I can't. Yes. I can't look. Even if he's a different person, there is that emotions of love in there. I mean, he never did that for anybody. Okay, and I honestly think that Moffat. I think when Moffat was a writer during Russell T Davis. I mean, you heard him say that he was not happy that Rose Tyler caught his attention, like the Doctor. So it's like, it's funny, but like secretly, he planted women in the Doctor's life as love interests rather than Rose Tyler for spite, without Russell T Davis seeing what he was doing. And it's like, okay, throw Madame Pompadour in there. It's like, because of course Mickey there, he can't do anything. Like when Mickey in the TARDIS, it's like, all right, there's Rose Tyler. But like when he's not in the TARDIS, and it's like, whoa, I love you type of thing. But then you throw River Song into it, And it's like, there's another love interest. Then you got Tasha Lim. There's another interest. Listen, dude.
Yes, that one didn't. She didn't make sense to me. Tasha Lim. It's like, where did she come from? All of a sudden, you've got this. Yeah.
So he created 5 love interests for the Doctor, right, Moffat? But he twisted it with Amy Pond because all of a sudden, midway, like they're getting closer, and he turns it like she's gonna get with Rory.
Yeah.
In fact, you didn't even think she was going to get with Roy. She probably thought he was going to get with the Doctor. But it's like, oh, okay, Amy's choice, the Doctor. Okay, so then you got Clara. I mean, it's like every attempt. It's like everybody he throws at the Doctor is a love interest. Clara, like General Louise Coleman flat out said at a convention that her character knew she was in love with the 11th Doctor when she had the fear that he was going to regenerate because she saw the other incarnation. She didn't want him to regenerate.
Yeah.
And she believed it in her heart that's generally that Clara was in love with him, and she acted it that way. She started crying and whatever. So just like Rose didn't want him to regenerate and stay on Earth, because she was in love with him and she, and whatever. Like, and he that was the first time he held it back. Like he just, which was cool. But
it was cool.
But the funny thing is, Matt Smith putting down, like the 11th Doctor putting down the 10th for vanity. He kept his face too. Let's kill Hitler, because with all the regeneration energy in him, he could have changed his face too, but he didn't.
That's true. I know, and that that's a good point you brought up with that episode when Riversong gave him or passed on her regeneration energy. Would he not, by right, regenerate into a new form? That never happened. That never happened. I thought, hang on, that was a full-blown regeneration passover, and he never changed. It didn't make sense to me at that point, to be honest.
Which I tend to believe that Riversong and him lie, that she has other regenerations. And I also was thinking, well, wait a minute. We know that in Let's Kill Hitler, she said, the last time I did this, I was in New York, right?
Yeah.
Who's to say, because the girl in New York in 1969 knew how to regenerate. So where are the incarnations before that regenerated for the first time?
Yes.
Is Maisie Williams River Song, the one from Game of Thrones that's Arya Stark? Is she River Song?
Oh.
Because the woman that died, the girl that lived, whatever,
that's the title.
At the end, boom, regeneration into someone else. And then she'll regenerate into a kid, because guess what? The Master regenerated into a kid. He did the chameleon arch. After regenerating into a kid, he put the chameleon arch on, he erased his memory, whatever. He was found a naked child with the fob watch on the desert stance. He regenerated into a child.
Yes.
So River Song could regenerate into a child. And also, if you were in 1969, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't you aging, if you're human, 80, 90, catching up to Amy Pond? You would be 30 years old, wouldn't you? Or 40 years old, right?
Good point. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so that kid's going to be 40 years. There's other incarnations, dude. There's other incarnations. And who's to say that she didn't regenerate twice in New York? Because she could have been, there's no vortex manipulator. She could have regenerated into something in New York and then lived her whole life in New York. And she's the cause of the time distortions. Because she's screwing around with stuff. So when you get to Angels Take Manhattan, he can't land in New York because she's screwing around.
Because we have to remember, she's still under the influence of Mother Convalian's chapter, because they instilled in her to kill the Doctor.
And technically, when did Amy and Rory land in the past? What year? We really don't know what year. Because I don't believe a tombstone, because after Back to the Future, I don't believe a tombstone either, because that got altered. So somebody could make up the tombstone, But who's to say that they didn't get to raise her anyway in New York? Like, as a kid, because she regenerated in New York. So they could have been walking around the corner and they see her like this.
Very true.
Because she did have a picture of her holding her daughter.
Yeah.
So how did she get that?
Yeah. There you go. There you go. That's a good.
She could have not known how to regenerate. She regenerated into a baby, and then there you go. a lot of stuff, man. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of loose ends.
Interesting, but as you said, that's a lot of loose ends.
And
One
Roy
day,
Williams, I always believed Roy Williams was adopted.
adopted.
Always. Because there was a plot line in there.
Yeah.
Because the doctor says, don't touch that in the episode with the gangers. He said, don't touch that because if you're human, your hand will burn off. He touched it. He's like, that's fine. I'm okay. And then when he touched the console, he's like, I'm more than human. And he's like, and it's like, oh, what's that? And it was like, and especially that dialogue in The Girl Who Waited, where like he knew that, like, it's like, oh, that would kill Time Lords. Like, oh my God. What if he was a Time Lord technically? What if, and I always said this in the past, right? It's like, why did Lucy Saxon, like, she did all kinds of weird stuff, like, after he died, What if she was pregnant?
With Rory.
And she was pregnant, let's just say she was pregnant, and she was hating him because he's such a dick to her, and she's pregnant with his child, and now she has to have this child that's his. Then she shoots him, and then she gives the baby up to somewhere else, right?
Oh, I can see where you're going with this.
And the reason why, he keeps dying and keeps coming back is because he shouldn't have been born at all, because that wasn't a whole timeline that didn't even exist.
Yeah.
But of course they're protected, but he's extra. I mean, he's a Time Lord. His thing is that he's with a human. So in other words, his way of regenerating is not changing his face, just living again.
Yeah.
There you go. Because and I would love for them to explain how they put him in an auton too, because
yes. How did that work? I'm like, yeah.
And what's funny, there's a line in The Big Bang where Riversong said that there was the queen of the well, she said something, the Nether Queen or something, right? She mentioned something in Big Bang that, where is he going to go? He's just, the 11th Doctor went through the cracks. He went somewhere. He existed.
Oh, yes, when he
wasn't erased. He went somewhere. He dealt with somebody.
He went to another dimension, didn't he? He went somewhere else.
Is it the never?
The Never Sphere or Neverwhere. The
Never King of the Never Wers. What was it? The Never.
The Queen of
would have
the
been.
King of,
What was
the
the
Withering King of the Neverwheres and
Neverwheres. Right. There was a line. We got to go back and watch that.
Yeah.
Big Bang, because she said something about knowing about another realm, like if you get something like that. She said something.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? I've said this a lot of times to certain people. When we had the cracks in the universe, I kept saying to myself, "Isn't that opportune moment for Omega to slip through?"
Yeah,
cracks in the universe.
That was definitely. I always said that. Well, the only person that could project Amy Pond as an avatar outside the universe, human couldn't do it. Madame Gravarian couldn't do it. Omega, he was the voice in the TARDIS.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's the only. Yeah,
my thing is that they exploded the TARDIS so that way somebody could get a chunk of the TARDIS, so they could grow a TARDIS for the larger TARDIS, the larger episode. They didn't know how to work it, and then the Cylons wound up with that TARDIS for Missy. Yeah. For Missy, they built the TARDIS for Missy because they exploded his TARDIS so Missy could have a TARDIS, and she used Donna Noble's calculations to grow a TARDIS because Donna Noble, Dr. Donner, knew a little more than the Doctor. So she probably got regeneration energy from Donna Noble, or she probably did the mind thing with Donna Noble. She found out she had regeneration energy. She took it. She also took the equation of how to build a TARDIS. And Missy was behind Omega and the Doctor blowing up the TARDIS. It was Missy that was behind. And Corvarian could technically be the Ronnie. Because the anagram of her name is Mad Ronnie Makeover.
Ooh.
So she could have been working for Missy and the church, and Missy was enjoying it because she don't know if she found that, if the Ronnie found out she was working for the master, she'd probably slap him. So she probably took her stopwatch or something, and Corvarian could be the Ronnie, technically. And Moffat said he's going to bring the Corvarian back.
Did he say that? Oh, but you know what? That would be a really good thread. You know, really screw with people's head. That kind of thing happened. That'd be cool, man. That'd be cool.
Especially with like the old theories we had on Whovians cast, the red balloons, the fish references.
Yeah.
It's like, if you watch it, like, why is there red balloons all the time? Why is there fish? Why is there electrical stuff? Even with the Daleks and the Silent Daleks, the electricity is getting weird. And, you know, why does Rory not have a room? The God complex. It was like all these different things, you know. Why did Rory talk past tense? And then the Doctor heard that. He's like, I'm dumping this guy. It's like, you thought for a second that Rory was something else.
Yes.
You know.
So much.
You know what Rory's room was in the God complex?
What was it?
The exit.
The way out.
Because he never gave up on Amy. He never gave up on anything. He always wanted to be a nurse. He accomplished his dream. He went throughout his history with living 2,000 years to protect her. He grew up with her, and he loved her, and he got her as his girlfriend. So the door on the God complex would be the signal of the exit that he saw, meaning that he would just give up on everything and responsibility. And that's what the room was in the God complex for Rory.
Wow. Wow. I like that. I like it.
And the Doctor, what he saw in his room was not the cracks.
I know, that's just an add-on. I knew that, yeah.
He saw himself become the Valyard, evil, and the TARDIS was crying. You know, and like I said in past cast, the only way he would become evil is if right before he's battling a foe, someone kills a companion in front of him, and he regenerates in rage. And then you would see the regeneration energy turn like red or something and get weird. And then he would be purely like enraged, like hatred. And then, boom, instant Valyard.
He's halfway there with the Capote incarnation being slightly, you know, scary and angst all the time. So maybe that's a paving the way for a more darker, even more darker Doctor who will, as you say, rage at some point and become the Valyard. So there's a path there being laid out.
Moffat had the great intelligence named the Valyard to show the fans that the timeline is still going that way, where the Valyard exists.
Yeah.
So
that's what we got.
So that's that. I'm sorry for ranting like crazy, but
no, I'm sorry for that.
I get passionate when I start talking about Doctor. I get passionate. So
that's cool. It's all good. And sorry for viewers if we didn't give you enough news for today, but it's a slow day for me at present. But I will be back with more news as and when I get them for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get Stephen Price on here too, so he could show off his photography, because I don't feel right showing his photography off without him being in here. So I want to see if we can get him on Google Plus. I know he's got to create a new one, and then he could pop in here.
Yeah.
So that's it. All right, guys. So enjoy your day. I look forward to Doctor Who. So does Philip. Can't friggin' wait. Can't wait for a trailer soon. We're going to get a trailer soon, in case you didn't know. We're going to actually get a teaser, and then another teaser, and then a trailer. But we may even get a mini-sode. So this is all happening from probably today on to July. So in a month's time, we're going to get like 3 different things. So all you Whovians out there, be on the lookout for the teaser, the mini-sode, and the trailer. 1 month time. All right. Take care. Bye for now.